she was not 13. Joy keeps on saying she was 13, and she was not 13.
Okay.
Like, they started dating in February, so a freshman by February, no matter what their birthday is, there can't be 13.
Okay, so what I know you guys had a couple of Twitter, arguments back and forth. What was that like? When did that happen? Where well, explain to everybody. Like, I know I don't know if you want to talk about it as much, but like, what exactly? Like, how does she know about like what's going on in your life? How does she know about you? You know what I mean? Like, how does she know about anything about you besides that? Just you being friends with Phil? That's it.
I was on a couple of her streams, and I have like DMs with her from like way back because was it she does try to make friends with like a lot of her followers and stuff, especially the ones that were there at the beginning.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to like fix the like thing where it goes back and forth. It's pissing me off. So she pretty much what happened with you? She pretty much what did she say? She said because you're autistic, you should drink MMS, right? Which is
Um,
bleach.
well, she was going at me because I was going at her about the pseudoscience stuff. Like, after the Phil thing, she sent me to LOL Cow to do my research on her accusations against what Phil did to her. So I went on LOL Cow and I went through all of the pages, which took me like a week. Because there's like 20 pages on LOL Cow of all Joy, and I found stuff that I didn't know about her that remind me of pseudoscience stuff. And I remembered that there was on now when she guested me, was it I was telling her about Miracle Minor Solution and how it's used and stuff, and basically informing her how bad it is and the autistic kids and stuff like that. And how was it? She took that in and nodded her head, and she's like, I have some of that stuff. I'm like, don't take it. It's industrial bleach.
And
Do not.
she wasn't aware of this until you told her.
Yeah, but that was like a year ago or so.
That seems so insane. Like, why would anybody ingest something without like really looking into it? It seems odd to me.
Yeah, she got upset at me. Like, I'm not very good with like timeline stuff, by the way, so I'm kind of all over the place. But back when I was like okay friends with her, like trying to work stuff out, even though I was still mad at her about the Phil stuff, because we had common friends, I was trying to be like, okay, as long as you stop going after Phil, I can be okay with you. Not great, but okay. But so was it? She brought up how I was saying stuff about her, the Miracle Solution, because I had suggested that maybe she is actually sick, but she might be making herself sick with pseudoscience stuff. Because
the Munchausen stuff, right?
Yeah, because she does have a history with pseudoscience stuff, and she got mad at me, and she was like, what was it? She was saying all these things, how she knows what she's doing and she's responsible and she does her research and stuff. And then I found the hydrogen peroxide thing that she said on the radio, where she said that she drank food grade hydrogen peroxide, like mixed with water, to cure a tumor that was on her neck. And she went on to explain the science behind it, the oxygen therapy thing, which basically they said that was it as long as there's enough oxygen, nothing harmful can live in your body. BS, complete BS. Please do not fall for that shit. But anyways, she believed it, And she's like,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
and she's like, it can cure a whole bunch of stuff. And she lists a bunch of stuff, and including in that list, she's like, it can cure cancer. And it's like,
No,
you cannot do your research.
No, I can't.
You
Wait,
should.
you think she got involved with that through the Indigo Children stuff?
I don't know. The timeline doesn't work out perfectly. Like the Indigo Child stuff was like 2 years before that radio show, I believe. 2 or 3 years.
I mean,
no,
she's been involved with
the radio show was 2 or 3 years after the Indigo thing, but in the Indigo forums, the article that she wrote, and she admitted that she wrote, where she said she was hearing angels and they told her all this stuff. In a list of stuff where she said as for treatments, it does list spirit medicine, and I have no idea what spirit medicine is or could be, but sounds very
sounds sketchy.
Yeah, especially with her especially with all the other
we got the vegan student here with us too. He also knows about JoySparkle. I don't know do you know who he is, or have you guys spoken before, or
no, I've never spoken with this person before.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I actually, so yeah, I don't know. I guess I wanted to give my thoughts on the whole, like, I guess, like, Joey being, I guess, racist for, like, saying that poo baby joke. Like,
yeah, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I guess my thoughts on that is, like, it's a joke, like, so, yeah, it is, like, terrible humor and stuff like that, but I still think it's a joke, and I don't exactly think that, her saying that exactly makes her a racist. That's, like, for the same reason, like, I don't think, like, Shane Dawson saying that, like, I guess, a joke, like, doesn't make him a pedophile or anything like that.
No, because I agree. I mean, a joke is a joke, and a lot of people, they, like, a while back used to try to be a lot edgier, and they use a lot of edgier jokes, and some people didn't know when it really crossed the line, and I think this was definitely one of those times. And I don't know, people said she didn't really apologize for it, like, or her apology wasn't really good enough.
Honestly, I'd say, like, an apology is an apology, and, like, they're, like, so long as, like, she owns up to it, I feel like, it's all right. That's for the same reason.
She never did own up, which was the entire problem that people had with her. Like, her apology was more along the lines of, I'm sorry I got caught, but not sorry I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, this whole situation, like, I know some people probably think this is like rehashing this stuff, but not to me. It's not. I didn't know about a lot of this stuff, and I'm really curious about it.
And I never really went hard about it because I needed to take a break.
Joey, hold on. I'll send you a DM. I'll send you it right now. Hold on.
Wait, is JoySparkle in the chat?
Yeah, she wants to come on. Hold
on. Oh no.
Oh hey, Joey.
I think this
1v1 me and all right, let me have my 1v1 against me and Sparkles.
For the record, I don't want to 1v1 her. She's...
I could one-man tank anybody. All right, so while we wait for, like, Joey to, of course, like, enter, like, I don't know. I guess, like, I'd ask, like, Joey, like, why did she cancel? Like, do you guys have any idea why she might have canceled? Like, the interview that when you were gonna interview her.
Oh yeah. I already know why. Yeah, I already know why. Yeah, because somebody tweeted at her and was just like, oh, why would you associate with RealstreamnewZ? Because of that stuff that happened.
Oh God, it's always like why do you associate with X person? Like, honestly, like, just stop.
I already told her about that too. I was like, listen, I'm involved with the lawsuit that's about to happen, and everything like that. And she said she was sick, but I kind of don't believe that, which is fine. She can say that, but I just kind of don't believe it.
Yeah. And the blocking hammer is gonna come down.
I don't really block on here. I don't really do that.
I know. Like, I don't know. It was just I don't even know why I said that. Just, like, right now, because I'm just like waiting for.
By the way, using substitute. There's now a Moogle in place of me. There we go.
Okay. All right. So what's up? How you doing, Joy?
Yeah, I'm good. So couple things. I'm pretty quiet at this point. Like, I don't know if y'all follow my videos. I don't expect anybody to, so I'll try to give a quick rundown. I'm not on YouTube anymore. I just let it all go. I just don't care to do videos at this point. I don't care about drama. But I thought I'd clear a couple things up because so sometimes people bomb me with stuff. Sometimes they don't. So RSN, let me just say off the bat, the reason I didn't cancel, I postponed the interview is because I'm sick. You said you were a big fan or you really liked me or whatever. So let me finish up. No, you're fine. You're fine. So I figured you understood the health issue part. And I've had to do this with several people. I don't even do collabs anymore. Like when I came back, I wasn't even doing collabs at that point. So what turned me off was you then, instead of, you know, taking me at face value or even seeing like the history of me being sick and doing this, you decided to make your own assumptions. And then it was like people kept sending me stuff.
All right.
You
Joy, I didn't make any assumptions. Somebody, like the Moats, came to me and they said, "Oh, and this guy Not Waffle," and they were like, "Oh, well, we already told Joy not to fuck with you." Because they're like, "We told her not to fuck with you, so she's not gonna fuck with you." That's what they told me.
So do you understand that from the moment I said I was gonna do something with you, I had several people come to me. I've been through it. I've had my name slandered. I was like, I don't know the situation. I'll give somebody a chance, right? And I think I even told you. And I would have to check my DMs because I don't want to say anything inaccurate, that, hey, this is tentative. I never know what's going to happen with my health. Another reason I literally removed myself from YouTube. I'm like, I can't health-wise do the videos I really want to do. So again, you just made an assumption. Like people even being off YouTube, people send me stuff all the time about all kinds of stuff. That's how I know about this, because not to be rude, I'm not trying to act like I'm better than, you know, this podcast. I just am not on YouTube much. Does that make sense? I'm just not around.
I knew you were going to hear about this. I mean, you put someone's name in the title and they're going to hear about it. It's a fact. I already know that. But
well, I'll tell you, with me, I don't watch crap. Like a lot of people think, like even Repsion thinks I've seen his video. I haven't. I don't care. But I wanted to clear this up because this did bother me a little bit. Because people have sent me stuff. And again, I wouldn't have cared, and I'll explain why I came on, but I wasn't concerned with any rumors because I don't know the situation. So if I don't know the situation, I don't have the energy to look into it. Typically, I give somebody a chance.
I mean, I told you about it anyways. I told you that, you know, I had a lawsuit and that there was some, you know, shit going on behind the scenes.
You assumed. I told you what the reason was. You see what I'm saying? I told you, and you made your own assumption, ran with it, and started like running.
Well, hold up. He didn't exactly run with it. He was just pointing it as a possibility. He didn't exactly.
No, he said it. I had people send it to me as like it's a fact.
I sent you it myself too. I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I already know.
Right. And what I'm telling you over and over again, that whatever that is had nothing to do with it. You made these assumptions. And you ran with it.
I was told that they were like, listen, we reached out to Joy. She's not fucking with you. That's what they said.
And again, you made assumptions as to that is why. You're not. I don't feel like you're not hearing me.
Well, did you answer me when I said, hey, you know, don't even worry about it? You didn't say, oh no, that's not it, right?
Do you know? I barely can keep up with even my good friends because of my health. Hear me. I left YouTube completely because A, I just stopped caring about all this stuff, and B, my health prevents me from doing what I want to do. Anybody who even somewhat talks to me knows it can take a while. The reason I didn't contact you back was because not only did I get a bunch of messages that I was like, here, you got to understand, I've got fibromyalgia. I can't take in a lot of information sometimes. And especially when I have flare-ups, and when I came back, it was stressful. Coming back made me flare up. If somebody sends me a ton of info, it's hard for me to take it all in. So I'll put it off to do what I can immediately or get my stuff done and eventually come back. There are people sometimes that don't hear from me for a couple weeks, and they understand that this is just part of my health issue. So again, you're saying because some random people, I don't know who, I don't really care, came to you and said, we told her this and she's not coming on. You just believed them. You are making assumptions.
Well, the thing is, I was sent screenshots from them saying, you know, that, oh, we said this. And then other people were like, yeah, they said that Joy said she's not fucking with you because of that. That's what they said to me. That's what some people said to me.
I've had several people come to me and tell me about you. That's not why I can't. So and here's the other thing. I don't know who these people are. A lot of people like to harass and completely make stuff up and fabricate stuff. Fabricate screenshots.
Oh, fabricate like all of the screenshots that I took of you telling me to do like horrible things, and you're claiming that I'm lying and I'm harassing you. So
hey, Kaylee, I didn't say. First of all, I didn't say harassing me. If you want, we can talk about.
You have in the past.
Okay, hold up.
Let me say this, Kaylee. Let me say this.
Joey. Did you actually send those messages like to Kaylee?
So before I answer any of that, I want to finish what's going on with RSN, and then I'll get into all that. So RSN, I just want you to understand. The reason I didn't do anything with you was because of all the messages. I couldn't get through them. And before I could even get through them, here's all this shit talking about why I didn't come on because you were making assumptions.
I mean, that's it. In all seriousness, like if you know what I've been through, I'm sure you can imagine why.
I don't. And I'm not saying that to be rude. Well, I don't know your situation.
People didn't reach out to you. People reached out to you, right?
I'm talking in passing. Yes, several people will send me stuff. A lot of stuff I don't even look at. I get sent crap all the time. Even being away. I look at maybe 15 to 20% of it, depending on what it is and the seriousness. If there's a video, like anybody who's close to me or even in my circle, friends I've met, they don't even, like, we don't even discuss any of this stuff anymore. We just don't care about internet stuff. Truly don't care. But I wanted just to let you know one-on-one, my issue with you was not just the wall of messages, which it's like, okay, it's a little uncomfortable, but all right, I'll get through them. I got to have some time. But then all the crap talking. So maybe next time, if somebody tells you something, don't make a bunch of assumptions and run with it. Because most likely I would have done something with you had you not done that. But for me, because of what I've went through, and you said you were a fan, so
Joy, real quick. You realize that I put this out there that we were doing that, right?
And you realize I've said I have health issues, so this is tentative, right?
Okay, like, so, but my point is, so when somebody cancels like abruptly and they're like, oh, hey, I didn't cancel. All right, fine, you didn't cancel. You said we'll do it. We'll figure out a date. That's a good way to be like, I'm not doing this, but I don't want to say fuck you.
And you're assuming you are making. Right now, it's 100% assumption.
Well, I mean, hey, if that's how you felt, you can definitely tell me right now, and I'll be like, all right, hey, fuck it. I mean, many people have been like that with me. I'm not gonna feel hurt.
All I'm pointing out is that literally everything you're saying is 100% assumption. 100%. You are assuming a lot. Now, maybe you've been through some stuff. I'm not here to argue that because I don't know your story, right? I'm not trying to say you have or you haven't. I don't know. But again, if you're going to make assumptions and then shit talk people on it, people aren't.
I just didn't like the fact that I was like, hey, we got this interview and I made a fucking like little promo for it and everything, like, and then it's just like, boom, like postponed. You know,
then don't do interviews. Yeah. Okay, then when somebody says,
and hold up.
Then when somebody says, when somebody says, I need to clarify this last point. So when somebody says they're chronically ill and I may or may not be able to do it, can we be open? Then say no to that. Then at that point, you have to say, then you shouldn't do it if it's going to upset you this much.
That's not like, that wasn't like, oh, hey, it wasn't like this, like, hey, it's up in the air thing. It was like, hey, we're doing it on this date, right? Yep.
And okay. I told you I'm chronically sick and that it has to be open because some days I will literally be on the toilet half the day and I don't want to do an interview with somebody like that. And if you were a fan, you would know this. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset. It's nothing like that. I'm just pointing out the facts that the reason I didn't reschedule was then all the shit talking with a bunch of messages I hadn't even gotten through. That it made me uncomfortable. And it would make other people, like it would make a lot of people uncomfortable. So I'm just pointing that out.
But sure, it's just like, listen, I've been through a lot. So like when we had that schedule and like, listen, I've had a lot of people being like, oh, hey, you know what? Right now it's not a good time. Let's do it another day. And then, hey, come to find out, that date never comes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good way to be like, I don't want to fuck with this kid, but I don't want to tell him fuck you.
The date didn't come because you shit talked. The date never came because you reacted.
I didn't shit talk. I said, hey, don't worry about it. I know the real reason because I've been through it like 5 times.
And you're assuming when you just assume what the quote unquote real reason is. That's like you're calling me a liar or being passive aggressive. To me, that's shit talking.
Okay, hold up, Joey. Do you have evidence that he's actually being passive aggressive? Yes or no?
What do you mean? Do I have evidence?
Listen, like, all right, listen. There's no like evidence. Like, listen, the only thing is, I've been through a lot with this whole situation. I've had many people say, "All right, yeah, I'm gonna do this," and then the same situation happened. So I've seen it play out, and I was just like, "Yep, seen this before." So I'm just like, "All right, you know what?"
So don't assume every situation is like that. People have screwed me over too, and I get how that feels. All I'm saying is, don't assume everybody is like that, or you'll run into situations where people aren't going to want to work with you. I'm just telling you that's what happened in my case.
All right. I mean, hey, shit. Then if I assumed and you were definitely going to reschedule, then I apologize.
No, it's fine, and I appreciate that. Water under the bridge. Like I said, I wasn't coming into this real upset or real whatever, but because people were telling, and that's the other thing. I probably saw 30 seconds of this, but when I
was just going over some clips and some shit that have gone on in the past that it seemed like odd. You know what I mean? That's only what this was. I was talking about Anne Boleyn and some like Indigo Children shit, some like stuff in the past that we talked about. And because I talked to Kaylee and she was talking about how you told her to drink MMS and shit, and she was saying that you didn't know what MMS was, and then she thinks that you did. So I don't know. That's just how this stream came about.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So if you want, and it's your stream, but I know Kaylee, apparently you had some points you wanted to talk about. And at this point, let's just get it all out there, because I'm going to be honest, like, this is so silly to me. Like, I'm not upset. I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Calling you out, holding you accountable, which is what you use to justify hundreds of videos on several people for very tiny things. Why can't I take like 15 minutes to air something that happened?
You can
between me and you.
You can do whatever you want, but
then why are you bitching and calling me a liar and all of this other stuff?
Because there are things. Okay, here's where I'm coming from. Either you don't know how to socialize, or you're lying. And I'm not sure which one, and I don't really care at this point. But to me, the messages I sent are clearly sarcasm. I talked about like putting
you don't even know what sarcasm is, and that's been proved several times over, where you have incorrectly labeled something as sarcasm. And that's just number one. Number two, you can reread out all of the message that you sent to me right now in a sarcastic tone and try to make it sound as innocent and silly as possible.
Kaylee, I don't even know. I can't. This is so stupid. I told you.
Typically, if you're gonna
feces on your face cures wrinkles. Like, how? I don't know how somebody doesn't understand that sarcasm.
There was a lot of.
I mean, some people followed up with like "just kidding" or I don't know, something like that. Like, to tell them that they're not exactly.
And some people have dry sarcasm. Like some people have very dry wit humor, and I have that kind of humor a lot of times. I can be okay.
Yeah, but Joey. But the thing is, like, it's not easy, of course, to tell when somebody's being sarcastic via, of course, messages. After all,
that's not even the point. Why are we even arguing this? The point is that
I'm not arguing anything. Being sarcastic. The fact is, you don't want to accept that I'm being sarcastic because you want to demonize me, because you're mad that I keep saying your friend is a possible pedophile, and I still stand by that. I believe he has those tendencies, and if she was between 13 to 14, until I know an exact age, I'm going to keep saying
you do know an exact age. I proved the exact age based on a bunch of other stuff. Yes, I did.
Okay, well, if you want to believe that, that's fine. I
All right, hold up, Joe. Let me just hammer the point. Joey, do you have evidence that Kaylee's friend is a pedophile? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What's your proof? What's your proof? Okay, Joey.
Let me back up. I have enough evidence to say he is an alleged or possible pedophile by some
Joey.
really, really creepy stuff.
Okay, Joey. Don't just say you have evidence. Show me the evidence. As in, what is your evidence to prove that he's a pedophile?
So let me explain something. I don't have a folder sitting on my computer of Phildo the Wizard or Kaylee. I didn't know I was going to do this. If you guys
I wasn't expecting you to.
Sure. Why is that funny? Like, I'm not Kaylee, I'm not obsessive like you and the people that all congregate. I don't care. But
you're calling me obsessive when you do an hour-long thing.
I'm gonna finish the question. He asked me a question, so I'm gonna finish it. If you would like to know, there is a forum. If you give me a few minutes, I can try to find the link where it's not only that the girl talks about the ages when they got together, and that's questionable. There's a part where the girl, who was at least 14 years old, when she met a 19-year-old man and they dated, said something to the effect of, my 9-year-old sister knows way too much about sex because of Philip.
Not because of Philip. It was...
Okay, then Kaylee, why don't you bring it up? Go ahead. You apparently have a folder of crap just sitting there about me. Go for it, girl. Go for it.
What?
You care way too much about me, hon. Like, I don't know what to say. You care way too much about me.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, Joey, that's not an argument. Anyway,
yeah, it's really not.
I'm not arguing. I'm not trying to argue. What are you saying is not an argument? I'm not trying to argue.
Well, it does sound like you're trying to argue.
Okay.
Especially when you're yelling.
Because I'm just right now trying to get straight to the point. All right, Kaylee. So, like, why do you claim that, like, he's not a pedophile? I guess.
What? Because number one, she was definitely 14 years, 9 months old.
You don't know that. It's just what the forum says, but okay.
No, you don't. I know that because I know her exact birthday.
And?
Her exact birthday was May 22nd, 1986.
And there's more to it than that, but that's fine. And I want to point out, too, I've said possible pedophile. And if not, what he did is still absolutely disgusting and absolutely horrible.
How did this even get brought up in the first place? Like,
because she wants to call Phil a pedophile, even though he's not.
I said possible pedophile.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Phil. Okay, so let me get this straight. Joey, you're saying Phil, I believe, who was 19 at the time, was dating a 14-year-old, Is that right?
And I'm going to tell you something else that Kaylee keeps not mentioning. I talked to the girl. I communicated with her.
So you went and contacted her. Let's see. What did she say?
We've talked about this, Kaylee.
I know, and you said that it was a secret, so I couldn't bring it up. But you just brought it up. So
what are you talking about, a secret? You
said that you weren't sure about this and you didn't want anything said about it.
When did I say that? And do you have proof of that? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
On Discord. And no, I do not record my conversations, but you're the one that said that you told me. So
I think I said I want to respect her privacy because I want to be respectful of people's privacy. But that's not meaning I'm trying to make it some big secret because I talked about this. Yeah. I asked her directly.
Well, I took that as
her use. Can I finish? Because what's happening is people ask me something, and you ask me something. When I try to answer, then you interrupt. And when I get loud, you say I'm yelling, and I'm just trying to answer the question. Because if I don't get to answer it, it's going to go off in 10,000 crazy tangents.
You talk over everyone all the time.
So do you not want me to? Do you want to ask me something and then not have me answer? Is that what we're doing? Because that's fine.
Like, I want you to wait your turn for once in your life. Wait your turn.
You asked me a question, so you got to give me time to answer.
No, I didn't. Like,
y'all were asking me about the evidence.
Okay, hold up. Let's backtrack.
Okay, hold up. Secret. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's backtrack.
What happened? Okay. Did they like this?
Okay.
Are there any charges against Phil or no?
Okay, so Kaylee, is this actually true that, like, Phil apparently dated somebody, this girl who was 14? Or is Joey making this up?
When he was a senior in high school,
19-year-old man.
Because he got left behind a year. He failed a year because he's developmentally delayed or something, which means that he was actually more mentally on the same level as her.
And physically, he had a dick that can get erect and fuck people. Disgusting.
But he didn't. But he did.
Okay, hold up. All right.
Joe. That they didn't.
Okay, hold up.
We don't know that.
Okay, what was?
She said that they didn't because she
Joey. All right. Was it in an inappropriate relationship, as in, like, sexual or anything like that?
We don't know, and that's the problem.
Okay, so therefore, it's a baseless assertion for you to claim that he's a pedophile or even a possible pedophile.
No, I need you to hear what I've said.
Okay, okay, hold up. No. Let me recap. Of course, since I know what you said that, of course, that a 19-year-old man was of course seeing a 14-year-old. However, if you do not have evidence that, of course, that he was sexually, like, I don't know, seeing her or something like that,
that's not true. I can claim that's not true. You're mixing two things up. No. I just asked you yes or no. No, Joe. You are mixing two things up. You are mixing terms up. You are mixing terms up.
All right, Joey. Did I not just ask you that, of course, do you have evidence that they were seeing each other sexually? You said no.
That's not the definition of a pedophile. That's what I'm telling you. You don't know what you're saying. The definition of a pedophile is somebody who is attracted to minors.
Yeah, which you of course can't prove, but of course, in order for you to even prove that, you would have to prove that they were seeing each other sexually.
No,
which you cannot provide evidence for.
Child molestation. You're mixing up molestation with pedophilia. Pedophilia is the attraction to molestation is the act of.
Is there any charges on Joe or no?
Yeah, but of course you can't exactly prove that, as you'd actually have to prove that he was sexually attracted to, of course, that
he was dating her. That's part of dating.
You of course said it yourself. It wasn't sexual or anything like that. And technically, I don't even know if you could even consider it dating if it's not exactly sexual.
They said they were boyfriend and girlfriend. This is stated, and I spoke to her.
They played Dungeons and Dragons over at her house.
A little more information. RSN, would you mind letting her on? I'd appreciate it.
Who do you want to let
on? Hold on just a second. Yeah, it's. Let me get. Can I send you her Twitter name?
Yeah. So we'll just. Do you have the link? You can send the link.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't done this in a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
If it's Puffin, that girl still thinks that hydrogen peroxide is safe as long as it's food grade.
You're mixing people up, but okay, hon.
No, I'm not.
You are.
You're said on that stream.
You're mixing up Hella Goddess with Puffin. They're two different people.
No, because Puffin was the one that was on the stream that I was going to go on that Jared was on, right? Afterwards? That was Puffin, right?
They've done so many streams. I don't know what you're talking about, hon. You gotta
well, you just said that I messed it up, and I'm clarifying what I'm talking about. And you're saying you don't know.
Then let me clarify. So then let me say this. Then forgive me. I'm assuming. So recently there was somebody on Twitter that was sending you a bunch of messages, or not messages, sorry, a bunch of tweets about what you were talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about something else. But so yeah, that girl was talking about MMS, not hydrogen peroxide.
Are you talking about food grade vegetable hydrogen peroxide? That's what you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've taken it. It's you can ingest it if you do it the right way.
No, you can't.
I'm alive.
You can't.
Well, I didn't blow up. Like, I didn't get bleach poisoned. I'm alive.
People have died from it. Like, you can die from it.
It burns your inside. It burns your inside.
If you do it wrong, yeah, it can. There all kinds of stuff can be dangerous.
There is no right way to ingest food grade hydrogen peroxide.
There is. It is an alternative therapy. I've done it. I'm alive. I've done it.
Who recommended this to you?
Yeah, but of course, but that's just, that's just, of course, like what do you call it? An anecdote, not exactly like actual evidence. Is there like any study that have actually done this?
Haley, I think he's asking you for studies about this.
No.
He's asked you.
I'm asking you, Joey. Like, if
you're asking me if there are any studies, if anybody's died about this. Honestly,
if it actually like helps, or actually that it can even be done without a person dying. Like anything's on PubMed.
This is something that I tried in 2000. This is 5 years ago.
Yeah, Joey. I'm not interested in anecdotes. I'm interested in.
It's not anecdotal. Okay, so
it is anecdotal, as this is just your own personal story. If you're going to try to prove something, you got to give, of course, physical evidence. That
let me give you physical evidence. So you want physical evidence, right? You have to hear my answer. Number one, any studies I looked up, because this was 5 years ago, I don't have offhand because I wasn't prepared for this. You're coming at this like you want a debate, but in a debate, you have information ready. I knew about this 30 seconds before, like I knew about this, and then I came in here 30 seconds, said, let me know, number one.
Yeah, Joey. But Joey, if you're going to actually make the claim, and the burden of, like, of course, that, like, you can ingest hydrogen peroxide, like, of course, without dying.
Vegetable food grade hydrogen peroxide. Yeah. And I can claim. Okay, you want your evidence?
I know people can, but it's extremely unhealthy. It's extremely unhealthy, though.
I have evidence on hand. How about this? I Googled drinking hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
Earlier this year, researchers found that ingesting high concentration peroxide can cause gas emboloms, bubbles that block flow in the blood vessels, leading to permanent disability or death. What's another one? When peroxide is swallowed, it generates oxygen bubbles in the stomach. There can be a lot of stomach irritation and even burns that require a trip to the emergency room and possible hospital permission. Drinking higher concentrations can be very dangerous.
like I know personally experience. My ex-girlfriend was, we were at somebody's house and they had it in a water bottle because they were doing what you were doing, Joy, like taking small amounts in, for what reason I don't really recall, but they believed in that also. Is like you can do it, but is it safe? Absolutely not. She drank like a quarter of the bottle and was rushed to the hospital because it was burning her insides.
Oh,
All right.
I found another good one. This one from the Washington Post. A swig of hydrogen peroxide promoted by alternative health devotees can kill you. Hundreds of people have become severely ill, and at least 5 have died. At least 5 have died.
And you
so
know what?
Yeah, they have died from it.
Okay, so
go look up Washington Post.
So here's my thing. I did this 5 years ago. I no longer promote. I one time.
But you just said that it can be safely done and safely ingested.
It can be. It can be because I did it.
Yeah, but that's just an anecdote.
Oh, right, you're right, Kaylee.
Joey, that's just your anecdote. That's not any physical evidence. That's just an anecdote. People can, of course, live up to 120 years of smoking cigarettes. That doesn't mean cigarette smoking is healthy.
How long did you ingest this?
It was 5 years ago. I don't remember. I did it for like 2 weeks.
You don't remember how long you did it for?
I have fibromyalgia, and this was 5 years ago. And here's my point. Kaylee, I don't go around on YouTube promoting this. I've even said to people, I don't recommend it because what the issues I was trying to fix, it didn't help me for. So my question is, why are you so hell-bent on this when it's not even something I promote at this point? It's not like I'm out there going, do this. I don't understand. Why is this such a point of contention?
Okay, hold up. Were you... Okay, I'll let you speak.
Because current events, you were treating fibromyalgia and the heavy metal toxicity, whatever, with the light stuff and saying that it was helping your fibromyalgia and stuff. And it's another pseudoscience thing, and it's not as harmful, but it's still harmful. And people shouldn't be listening to you giving anecdotal evidence that this is something helpful, because you drank hydrogen peroxide, and at the time you thought that was working too.
So you're upset because I was telling my story on something that's been helpful to me about lights, correct? LED lights, right? That's where you're upset. I'm trying to get to the point of why you're upset because it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, hold up. Let me see. Okay, if I recall correctly, Kaylee, I believe you said Joey told you to drink hydrogen peroxide or something like that. Like in other words, trying to tell you to kill yourself or something like that.
And I did. Yeah. Can we pull up the exact conversation between the two of us? I don't have it offhand because I don't care. And I had to delete my tweets because people kept going back to my tweets anytime I cursed, and they kept reporting them. So my Twitter almost got taken down. So unfortunately, I had to delete everything. Does anybody actually have what was said? Because I remember at one point, because I thought, Kaylee, this was clearly sarcasm and you were being sarcastic with me, and you started saying something about MMS and bleach, and I didn't know what you were talking about. And I didn't know. You were the one that brought it up, and I thought you were being silly. I had no clue.
Can I... okay, so... what was it? I brought up the thing against you, was it saying you cured your fibromyalgia with help from a natural medicine doctor and all that other stuff. And then you said, LOL, hi Kaylee, how's your miracle mineral solution? I hear it tastes super good. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
Right, because
and my reply was, let me finish. Your reply was, I really don't get your humor. Can you clarify that? Are you saying that because I'm autistic, I should poison myself with bleach? Question mark, MMS, question mark, classy, Katie, real classy. And then you said a bunch of silly stuff, like bleach is more for ground IBS issues.
Silly stuff. Being sarcastic.
No, but not all of it was silly.
Yeah, but if you were going to do that, Joey, people would typically follow it with either a JK or just kidding or something, or like something too insinuous.
Okay, can people listen for a second? That was one of the silly ones, but there's also a whole bunch that weren't silly, where you were serious. Like when you said, what do you mean alleged? It's my understanding you are cool with pedophilia and you have friends that are pedophiles. What's there to allege? Ask LOL for help, for facts, LOL.
Hey, Kaylee, can you pull this up on screen? Because it's hard. I'm a visual person. I'd like to be able to look at him if that's all right.
I'm not even on the same computer, but he can bring it up because I sent it to him.
On. All right, here's one. I don't know if you guys can see it right now.
That was one of the silly ones, but there's a bunch of others that weren't so silly.
The fact that I'm being silly in this, the whole thing.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because you're being silly in some doesn't mean that you're being silly in all of them.
You gotta let her speak, though. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
You're assuming, Kaylee. You are assuming and saying it's fact. Period.
Hey guys, there's a part 2 to this. I think it's another 30 minutes, I think, or maybe 40. But yeah, this is a long conversation between Joy, Kaylee, and myself and VeganStudent. So I'll have that uploaded later on today or by the latest tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And check out my Patreon in the description if you guys want to help out. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.